You're live. All right. I'm going to wait here for a couple of people to get on here. Okay, we got one. Who's here? Are we coming in? Got one. Shalom, Cora.
Shalom, sister.
Shalom, sister. Appreciate it. Okay, we got 12. All right, guys. Moments. The wedding just got pushed back from 1 to 2, so it's going to start 2 p.m. Central Time. 2 p.m. As you can see, Pastor Corey, Pastor Corey. Pastor Corey will be the father proxy, what? Proxy father? Mm-hmm. Father proxy?
Yes, sir.
He will be handing my Ishaya to me. This is the man right here. Mm-hmm. Pastor Corey, has been an honor to get to know him the last 2 years.
Yes, sir.
He was here early. When was it? February? When did you come here? 2018,
yep,
January.
It was February.
It was Super Bowl. It was the Super Bowl,
yeah.
right? So January, February, early February. He was there when I lost everything. I mean, Daniel, they came out here to assess the situation right after Pastor Dow came, and now look, he's here, and I got a sister from his assembly. This is Sisters Breed's pastor. Now, Pastor Dow, but we're all pastors. But but he was directly over her all these years. So I'm excited. You guys can see you can kind of, I think I can flip it here. This is it. This is the setup. Look at that. You got where the elders are going to be sitting right there. All the elders, deacons. You got the podium here. You got Elder Rufus going to be reading here. You got all the people sitting here. This is going to be the entry. So it's going to come in. This is the gym that the Most High gave me. Look at that. Got the straightway logo set up. So, guys, this is some serious stuff here. This is serious. Hey, Pastor Corey, let me ask you something. So, I mean, this is huge, I mean, the process was so beautiful.
Yep.
I mean, this was not like your typical let's go dating or whatever. I mean, we went through it biblically. I literally found, right? I chose, I said, I want this sister. You had to approve me. I mean, just tell us a little bit about the process about assessing. Like, I mean, this is a daughter of Zion that you have, helped grow in this faith. What is it like when a guy tells you, hey, I'm interested in a sister, and you have to approve of that stuff? I mean, tell us kind of what do you look for in a man?
Well, to that, what I'm going to jump to the end real quick, Kabir, because what we're going to do with this whole process is we're going to talk about those things I told you about what it means to have a righteous wife versus a wife of the world, which is a wicked wife, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So then, and then I can jump back to the pretense of this thing, and in that, what we have is that Brother Kabir, I had a chance to come meet him. I had a chance to evaluate his lifestyle. He obviously played professional football, and so then me playing football myself, I know that there's a certain, what they call in the world, swagger, or there's an arrogance that a lot of guys carry. And so when I came to meet Kabir, he was everything that Pastor Dow said this man was. And so we sat and we did interviews and we talked and, we hung out. And I saw, man, to what he has here in terms of a house, a beautiful property here. I mean, it's just amazing for people that has never been in a mansion. It's beautiful. And so, but the spirit on this place, on the land, even at that time I met him, was just that of a man that has peace and a lot of love for the Most High Yah. And so then being the head over Sister Brianna, and knowing her story, knowing all the places where she been, knowing what's, due to a virtuous woman, this was the start or the making of something just, blessed, highly blessed, the Most High Yah, because, she was going to exhibit. If I could, because Kabir asked me this question, how do you know if someone's ready? And we had this conversation
many times.
over and over and over.
And I was interested in other people in your assembly, and it didn't work out.
It didn't work out because it wasn't what I see this is going to be. And so when I look at it today, when I look at seeing Sister Bree last night, the last night of being Sister Brianna Rainey, when I look at Brother Kabir, his last night without being with an Ishai of his desires, I know that we have that in the making. That is what he has without a doubt. So that's why I am just extremely overjoyed about this event taking place and happening, because it's deserving for Brother Kabir as a man who finds a wife. I know he's finding a good thing, because I spent time, bringing correction to Sister Bree, prepping her for this moment, saying that you don't want to miss this thing. In fact, the wildest thing about this is that before we went to Passover, and this is not prophecy, but I just, it was just on my spirit. I asked Sister Bree, she was at the house on the land there in Kansas. And I said, Sister Bree, all the things I've been telling you about doing right and positioning yourself, just like I talked to a lot of the other sisters, because you do want to be in position as a daughter of Zion, because you don't know where Yah is going to call your number to serve in an area. So, and if we're looking at an Ishai, that's what they're called to do, to serve the house of a man. And I knew his heart, because I knew how much, it went through hurt. And I just asked her, not knowing, but I said, what are you going to do when Brother Kabir comes up to you at Passover?
And this is before we talk.
And asked about this is before we talked. We hadn't even never talked about her.
You never even told me anything about her. I wasn't even considering her.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. And so
at that time, I was, yeah, okay, go.
Yep.
Yeah,
and so I said that to her. And then we went to Passover. The unthinkable happened. It's like, Brother Kabir asked about me. No way. Are you serious? Well, he and Pastor Dow had a talk, and Pastor Dow thought it was fitting and good.
And I didn't even get to come to you, because I went to Pastor Dow, saw Bree, Sister Bree, with Mother Carol buying some stuff or whatever, and then I said, Pastor, who's that? And he says, how about her? He's like, that's a good one, I'm like, well, you need to go talk to Pastor Corey. So I'm here trying to get a hold of you. I see you, but you're talking to some of the brothers, and I'm here waiting for you. And by the time I can finally get you, Pastor Dow pulls and say, hey, I need to talk to you both. And he told us he talked to Bree, and she said she's interested. That just blew my mind. But the fact that you told me later that you told her before you came up to the feast, what if a Brother Kabir come up, what would you do?
Right. Yeah. So this is.
I told you, there's a story. Bree has a story, and there's going to be a time that we're going to share that story, because it's powerful. Because you can't just hide something like under a bushel or under a thing and not let it shine. Because people need to know the testimony of Yah and how He works.
Yep.
But I'll let you finish.
Yep. So and so now when I look at these moments before the ceremony, I'm gonna ask you this, because then I want to expound on what you say. But you had an opportunity to come to Kansas City.
Yep.
And pick up Sister Bree. And you had the opportunity to, bring her to be a part of this environment and be here. And so she's been here. She's been around the community. She's been around the sisters here. She's had an opportunity to at least show you something. Her coming from our community to yours, what do you feel like you have? Do you feel like you have somebody, oh my goodness, I'm gonna marry her because I've already said I'm gonna do it? Or what do you feel?
Oh no, I like Bree. I like her. Obviously I love her because I'm gonna be providing food, shelter, conjure. That's what love is. Yeah. But I like her. She's a joy to be around. She's funny. She's obedient, submissive. She has a desire. She's humble. There's a lot they got to teach her, and the stuff that we talked about. There's still stuff that I'm going. My work is cut out for me. But but I love to teach. And so this. I mean, she's the type of woman that I'm going to actually be able to shape and mold according to my image.
So then, in these moments before the ceremony, you have what you ideally want.
Yes. Oh, most
biblically,
definitely.
Or
no,
biblically.
Biblically. Oh, biblically, and some.
So then the question then is, what's the difference on this moments before the ceremony versus last time? Were you stressed last time? Was there some uncertainty last time before you got ready to get married? You know,
what you mean?
With your previous wife?
But I
don't know if you want to say that right now.
I can say, yeah, I can
Let's
say,
go
yeah,
there.
yeah, let's go
Let's
there, yeah.
Let's do that.
I mean, it was stressful because I didn't have a lot of support from family and everything. But at the same time, it wasn't. I mean, a lot of people truly wasn't involved. You know, it was built on sandy ground. We went through the whole pre-marriage counseling and we did all that good stuff, but it wasn't to the same standard as this by no far.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, but with my former wife, the way that when I think about when I married Eileen 16 years ago, we went through pre-marriage counseling. We did the whole deal, you know. And I wanted to marry her because I thought she was a Christian. You know, I said, man, as long as we have Jesus, man, there's nothing that's gonna break this thing up. But now when I look back on it, it was sandy ground. It wasn't really a lot put into it, you know. She probably picked me. She was older than me. She probably already had eyes on me and kind of worked that. And if I had to do it again, I would do a lot of things differently.
Gotcha. Well, so then looking at this thing, you know, I want to ask this because obviously there's a lot of difference going forward. You know, what are some of the first things that you want to insert as far as a new marriage in, you know, obviously in your community, but in the ministry, in Israel as a whole? What do you want this marriage to look like so others can glean from what you're doing, you know, with this wife? Because obviously there's a lot of things around it. People are looking like, okay, Kabir went and he went through the process, like you said, you know, you was vetted, you know, Pastor Dow, you know, looked this thing over. You know, we looked at, you know, where Sister Bree was and wanted to make sure that, and so to make sure that she was going to be fit, that she wasn't going to get here, because obviously then that falls back on the community that we've done a horrible job with sending a sister out to be with a brother like yourself. So now that we have those things, we've done that process right, what are you going to do to make the process continue to be a testimony for all of Israel, the communities, you know, everybody that's going to come across this?
Well, one of the things I want to do is, first of all, what I want to assert is, I want this to be an example. My prayer is that Yah's face will shine upon my marriage, the union between me and Bree, to be a shining example of what it says in the Word, what love really looks like, what a loving marriage looks like. A woman loving her husband by being obedient in every way. Nothing shy except for the you know, not breaking the commandments and statutes and judgments of Yah, right? And the husband showing love through provision, food, shelter, conjugal rights, really showing that. And showing how beautiful that looks like. That it doesn't have to look like what the world says, where the woman has to be domineering and trying to be equal or greater than the man. To show that you can have true submission, where the man is considered the master. In this relationship, I'm the master. She's my property. And that is beautiful words, not like, oh, I can't believe this is so beautiful to show that there's power in being a humble, gentle, quiet woman than being a loudmouth, rebellious woman, you know. And so this is stuff that we're going to show as we grow in this stuff, and just to encourage more people that it can be better. You don't have to do what the world has to offer. And then that it builds strong family. You know, and then to even the process of how we came together. I can't wait to, you know, take time and say, okay, guys, let me rewind. Let me tell you how this process went. I think prearranged marriage is better than where the man and woman just pick and there's no one involved. I mean, there was a lot of people involved, you know, not a lot, but just the people involved in making decisions. You guys vetting me. I'm also checking if she's, you know, good. I mean, everybody's all checking each other out. You guys making sure I get the right person. You're making sure she gets the right person. And you put this thing together. And I think that's why it's so beautiful. And that's why I think we hit it off so fast. Even the short time that she's been here, we hit it off so fast because there was so many people, godly people. Many, like Pastor Dow, yourself. And the saints, you know, that was involved.
And so, and this is, you know, and this may be lewd to some of you guys, but this is not based off of sexual relation.
No, when we made the decision, this decision was just based off of the Word. Obviously, you know, you may have some attraction, but it really came down to, okay, you play football, what are you gonna do? You know, she wanted to know, how are you gonna provide for me? I know your intentions. She wanted to know my intentions. You know, children that I wanted to have, you know. And she didn't know. I'm just telling her, this is what I do. She had all these thoughts about what football players are and how they can be. I said, well, hey, you know, I'm not your typical football player, but hey, feel free, check it out. I'm a public person. Go check it out. You know, I'm here checking it out, checking her Facebook, talking to you guys. We're just getting all just data, just getting data. Literally decisions was made off of just raw data, right? I felt like I was getting a car. You know, you were telling me, hey, there's some dents in there. You know, we was able to iron some stuff out. There's some things you're gonna still have to work on. You might do some reconstruction, but it's a pretty good car. You know, it has a lot of good potential. You know, sometimes I joke around, call Sister B a Seabiscuit. You know, if you ever watch a movie Seabiscuit, Seabiscuit was this horse who had a lot of potential but beat up, and you know, but it was a good horse. Good horse. You don't just throw it away because it looks small. On the outside it looks, but then we're like, man, this is a good horse. If you just kind of just work it, this horse can really. And so I'm excited about this relationship. We both had to overcome. She had to overcome. She has a testimony. I have a testimony. And so I know clearly that Yah has put this together. When they say, when Yah put together, let no man put asunder, I know from her testimony and my testimony, I said we are in Yah's vortex. We are in the current of. We know Yah is working here.
That's it, man. You know, Brother Kabir, I'm gonna say this. See, you know, this is what I see. You know, if I could say anything, if my opinion counts on this day of the wedding ceremony, in this moment,
I had to go through you. I did have to go through, so it does count.
You know, so here's what it is. So I'm looking at, if Christ is who he is unto us, which is he is the one that restores us to wholeness, then when I look at Christ being all over this, because see, that's what people don't have the ability to do. They don't have the ability to look with spiritual eyes, because obviously if you did, you would look at all the things Brother Kabir has put out over the past year or so about his past marriage, what he's found, the things that he's doing, the things he's gained in family, you know, in the saints versus giving everything up. And so in that, the greatest thing is that me knowing Sister Bree and you coming into her life, it just reminds me of the love of Christ all over again, man. These are the things that make me want to continue to submit to the Most High Yah, because if it had not been for Christ coming and taking us in our damaged condition, taking us where we had no hope, we had lost, where we were confounded, you know, by our own thought processes, our own torments. And then he found a way to bring us and plant our feet on a solid foundation. And this is what I'm looking at. This is a solid foundation of Christ, of the Most High Yah. And Brother Kabir, I wish you extremely well, not in that if this is going to work, but in just going forward now, and everything that your hands touch, that it edifies the blessing of the Most High Yah, because, brother, you are fit for this season. This marriage represents what the Most High is doing in the earth to bring about the knowing and the introduction of the sons of Yah. We're about to be manifest to the world. And this marriage is an example of that. This is getting ready to be brought before the world, all those who have known you, because for example, one of the things you said you're going to do, you're going to go to the alumni box at the Packers game, and you're going to show Bree as a righteous wife among many wives that are of a wicked nature.
And she's going to stand above them all. They're going to look at her. Men are going to be looking like they're going to be looking at their wife like, how come you can't treat me like that?
And get smacked in the mouth.
They're going to be wearing makeup, all dolled up, showing, and she's going to be a meek, quiet, gentle spirit woman. Beautiful. I'm looking forward to it.
That's it, brother.
Well, guys, hey, you guys heard it from here, Pastor Dow. I got to get ready. I'm going to go take a nap. What time is it? It's 12 o'clock. I got 2 hours before and believe it or not, I am the main event, not the bride. I'm the main event, the bridegroom. And so she's going to go first. I'm going to be the last one. Can you believe that? It's going to be like Hulk Hogan coming down the aisle. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, I hope to see you guys in 2 hours. Stay tuned. And remember what I say, be faithful in the little things. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.